Number three, and this is about you, the little people, because I don't consider myself one of the little people, as I am clearly in the running to get a board seat someday. Number three, you are not worth what you think you are. Now, why do I say this? Because I did a whole segment on the value of data, first of all, in which I found that relative to what your data gets sold for as like a person who uses social media, we think our data is actually worth 50 times more, 49.7 times more, roughly. I like to sound accurate and then say roughly to make it obvious that it's all an estimate. 49.7 times more valuable to us than it is to the social media companies. They sell your data for dirt cheap, and it has a lot of value to us. Now, throughout the year, now this may sound like a one-off. Like, why would I say that the lesson is that, I'm not worth what I think I am? But throughout the year, it became apparent that it's not just data that we're talking about. In fact, we're talking about pay, how much you get paid. The average CEO gets more than 700 times what the average employee gets. And if you work at Gap this holiday season, I'm talking to all of you seasonal workers who are currently slaving to fulfill my order as fast as humanly possible, because what you're going to get if you don't is people yelling at you about how they ruined Christmas or the holiday season, or everything is terrible because they didn't have the right shade of puce that you ordered online in store anymore. You are actually making, your CEO right now is making more than 3,500 times what you're getting if you're the average Gap employee. So you're not worth that much. I'm going to be honest. 3,500 times is a lot. That's a lot. We also found out that your job isn't actually worth that much, because we did a kind of a review of employee turnover, and I did it through the lens of cube farms, because I'm obsessed with the idea of, I was in a big financial firm. There are all these cube farms that they sit you at, right? Like, it's supposed to foster some sort of collegial environment in which you desperately don't want anyone to talk to you. You put on headphones and you do as much work as you possibly can, but you can see what everybody else is doing, and they're all doing kind of the same thing. It's actually really obnoxious, but these cube farms on average hold about 12 people in a single kind of unit. And in WeWork, I think they shoved 45 people in a single unit, because that's how they monetize their ridiculous business model. But they've got these 12 people in a unit, and we found out that, you know what? For if you work at some place like FedEx, which, sorry FedEx, it's not your year, but more than 2 of the people on any given year sitting at your cube farm are either new or gone. So not only are you not worth that much, companies are perfectly happy to sort of see you go. But on top of that, you have to make new friends if you stayed all the time. There's just more people. That sounds terrible to me. That sounds terrible. So my number 3 lesson was, you're not worth nearly as much as you think you are to anybody, whether they monetize you, whether they fire you, or whether they pay you.